when it comes to demonstrating directly to a coach what it is to be a coachable student athlete, it can be a little bit more challenging because, again, a college coach doesn't know you necessarily outside of the tangibles. Okay, college coach may know what the stat line looks like. College coach may know your GPA. College coach may know your height and weight. But when it comes to demonstrating your character and your coachability, it's a little bit of a different ball game, but there are a couple ways we can do so. David?
Yeah, I mean, we've even heard stories. I had a softball coach once tell me that they were recruiting somebody, and they saw that student athlete they were recruiting, that their parent was carrying their bag to the car. When they got to the car, the student athlete started yelling at their parent about something, and that coach stopped recruiting that student athlete because of that interaction. So again, it's not just what you do when you're locked in at practice, when you're locked in at a game, but it's, again, the interactions you have with your teammates, right? Are you somebody who's bringing the team together? Or are you pulling them apart? Are you someone that's, again, being a class act when it comes to how you're speaking to other officials, how you're speaking to other coaches, how you're speaking to other teammates? A lot of that goes into it. So it's not just what happens, between the lines when the whistle's blowing and the clock's going. It's all the little things that come into that. And you can think about from a college athlete's perspective, the interactions that you're having as a college athlete with support staff and members of the university and fans, right? All of that factors into what a coach may deem as you being coachable. So again, it's not just what happens between the stripes, between the diamond. It comes down to a lot of the little stuff. Again, coaches, they're evaluating when they're at a game, not just your skill level, not just how you are as a teammate in terms of how you're playing, but what are that interactions? We've heard stories before about coaches stopping recruiting kids because their parents aren't necessarily good examples. So these are all the little tangible things, like Philip mentioned, that really can go a long way. And again, if I'm a college coach and I'm recruiting two kids who are athletically at a similar level, academically maybe at a similar level, and I see one's a great teammate and one's sitting on the bench and not paying attention, not supporting their team, not rooting them on, they're in a huddle with the coach and they're wandering, they're not looking or paying attention. That's stuff that stands out to me. So again, just remember, as an athlete, everything that you do, especially if you're at the point where you're getting recruited, you're being evaluated, you have coaches coming out to see you play, it can carry over to when you're at that camp with that school, if you're on an official visit, if you're looking for getting references, even how you handle your social media, that can all be an indication as to the type of individual you are and the type of coachability that you may present. Again, college coaches are paid to put together the best roster they can to put the best team on the field, the court, whatever it is. That's ultimately what their job is. So as a student athlete, if you're not an ambassador of what that coach is looking for, what that program is looking for, what that university is about, and you're the one who's yelling at teammates on the court or showing up to a visit, and again, being the kid that's looking off in the distance and not paying attention and not asking questions and not being engaged, engagement's a huge part of this as well, right? Are you invested in that? Are you willing to show that coach that you're willing to listen and learn and get better? Again, as a coach, the worst thing that you can have is people that just want to do their own thing and they're not buying into that team atmosphere, that team aspect. We talk about, the words culture, we hear all the time when it comes to college coaches and wanting to build their programs. And again, if you're not a right fit for that culture, for that program, because of the things that you're doing on the court, the things that you're doing in the parking lot, in the stands, whatever the case may be, on a visit, at a camp, that can all be negatives against you. So again, it's really important, small stuff. And again, as a 15, 16, 17-year-old kid, not always at the top of your mind. You're still trying to think about what's cool or what's funny to do with your friends. But when it comes to recruiting, all of these things are taken into account. And again, a coach isn't just recruiting one person and hoping that you're going to be on their roster. You're one of 10, 15, 20 kids that coach may be recruiting for that one position. So if your coachability is at a level up here and other kids aren't, that's going to put you at an advantage. So control what you can control, right? Again, Philip said that you can't control your height. You can't control your weight necessarily all the time, how high you can jump, how hard you can throw the ball, whatever the case is. But you can control your attitude. You can control your coachability. You can control the mindset that you bring to practice, to games, to study hall, whatever the case is. And the more of that you have, the more attractive you're going to be to a college coach. Hey, everyone. Thanks for watching. Click the logo to subscribe to our channel. and check out all the other videos on our page for all things recruiting.